So here we discuss about the chemical properties of water. Water reacts with a large number of substances. Some important reactions are amphoteric nature. It behaves like an amphoteric substances, means it acts as acid as well as a base. So upon react the water molecule upon reacted with NH3, it will produces OH minus and NH4 plus ions, and the same water molecule reacts with a H2S, so it will produces H3O plus and HS minus. So in this case we can say that the water molecule will act as a acid as well as a base. So when it reacts with the ammonia, it will act as an acid. When it reacts with a H2S, it will act as a base. So in this case it is acid, the water molecule will act as acid, and in this reaction the water molecule will act as a base, means it will act as both acid as well as a basic compound. Autoprotolysis of water also account for its amphoteric nature. So according to Bronsted-Lowry concept, the H2O molecule, the two sets of H2O molecule upon reacted with each other, it will produces H3O plus and OH minus. In this case, this will act as one reactant and this will act as another one reactant. One compound will act as acid and the same water molecule will act as a base. When this acid and base will combine, it will produces H3O plus and OH minus. So this will shows that the water molecule will act as an amphoteric nature. The pH of water is 7 and it is neutral towards the pH. Next one, oxidizing and reducing nature, means the redox reaction involving in a water molecule. The water can act as an oxidizing as well as a reducing agent. So when water molecule reacted with the sodium, it will produces NaOH and H2. So this H2O upon reacted with the two electrons, it will produces OH minus and H2. So in first case it will act as an oxidizing agent, and in this case when it reacts with the F2, so it will produces HF and O2. So in this case the water molecule will act as a reducing agent. Here it will act as a oxidizing agent. ಅಂದರೆ ವಾಟರ್ ಮೊಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲು ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೈಸಿಂಗ್ ಏಜೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿಯೂ ಆಸ್ ವೆಲ್ ಆಸ್ ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಏಜೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿಯೂ ಕೂಡ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. Next one, hydrolysis reaction. It has a very strong hydrating tendency. It can hydrolyze a large number of compounds such as oxides, halides, carbides. When silicon tetrachloride reacts with a water molecule, it will produces SiO2 plus HCl. Or you can take P4O10 upon reacted with the water, it will produces H3PO4. Or calcium hydride upon react with the water, it will produces calcium hydroxide and C2H2. These are all reactions shows that the water molecule have a hydrolysis property, means hydrated complex will formed from this particular water molecule. From aqueous solution, many salts can be crystallized as a hydrated salts, that is coordinated water molecules, coordination compound, that is NiH2O6 2 plus NO3 2 minus and CrH2O6 3 plus 3CF. So this shows that this water molecule will have a formation of a tendency to form a coordinated compound. So the coordinated compound kuda formation is this one is Cl, okay, not Cp. 3Cl minus. So these are all coordinated compound. And interstitial water, BaCl2 dot 2H2. This shows the interstitial formation of a water molecules. And hydrogen bonded water, the hydrogen bonded water also formed, that is CuH2O 4 times 2 plus SO4 2 minus dot H2O in copper sulfate, that is hydrated copper sulfate complex, means This will is to form a interstitial as well as a hydrogen bonded compound. Hard and a soft water. So these waters are mainly classified into hard water and a soft water. Hard water means water which does not produces lather with a soap easily is called hard water. The presence of calcium and magnesium salt in the form of hydrogen carbonate, chloride and sulfate in water makes the water hard. So water ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಕಾರ್ಬೋನೇಟು ಕ್ಲೋರೈಡ್ ಅಥವಾ ಸಲ್ಫೇಟ್ ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಆಯಿತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಅದು ಯಾವುದೇ ಲ್ಯಾದರನ್ನು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಸೋಪ್ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆದವಾಗ ಲ್ಯಾದರ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ನೆಸ್: ಟೆಂಪ್ರರಿ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ನೆಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪರ್ಮನೆಂಟ್ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ನೆಸ್. The temporary hardness due to the presence of bicarbonates of calcium and magnesium in water. ಸೊ ಬೈಕಾರ್ಬೋನೇಟ್ಸ್ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಟೆಂಪ್ರರಿ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ನೆಸ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಈ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ನೆಸ್ಸನ್ನು ಈಸಿಲಿ ಬಾಯ್ಲಿಂಗಿಂದ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸಪೋಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೀಷಿಯಮ್ HCO3 ಟ್ವೈಸ್ ಬೈಕಾರ್ಬೋನೇಟೆಡ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಂಪೌಂಡು ವಾಟರ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇದನ್ನು ಹೀಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಸೊ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೀಷಿಯಮ್ ಹೈಡ್ರಾಕ್ಸೈಡ್ OH2 ಪ್ಲಸ್ T2CO2. ಸೊ ಇದೇನಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ ವೈಟ್ ಪ್ಯಾಚಸ್ ಆಗಿ ವಾಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಈಸಿಲಿ ರಿಮೂವ್ ದ ಟೆಂಪ್ರರಿ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ನೆಸ್. ಬೈಕಾರ್ಬೋನೇಟ್ ಟೈಪಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಟೆಂಪ್ರರಿ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ನೆಸ್ ಕಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಅಥವಾ ಕ್ಲಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಮೆಥಡನ್ನೇ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ದ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ lime is added to hard water. Lime is nothing but calcium hydroxide. So it precipitate out calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide which can be filtered off. ಸೊ ಇದು ಎರಡು ಮೆಥಡಿಂದ ಟೆಂಪ್ರರಿ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ನೆಸ್ಸನ್ನು ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಪರ್ಮನೆಂಟ್ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ನೆಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ದ ಪ್ರೆಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ಲೋರೈಡ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ sulfates of calcium and magnesium. It cannot be removed by a simple boiling of water. Permanent hardness can be removed by some chemical methods. ಸೊ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ಮೆಥಡಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ವಾಷಿಂಗ್ ಸೋಡಾಯಿಂದ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ವಾಷಿಂಗ್ ಸೋಡಾ ಈಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ sodium carbonate Na2CO3 upon reacted with metal chloride, magnesium or a calcium chloride. So it is converted into MCO3 metal carbonate and 2NaCl. ಸೊ ಇದೇನು ಮೆಟಲ್ ಕಾರ್ಬೋನೇಟ್ ಏನಿದಲ್ವ ಅದು ವೈಟ್ ಪ್ಯಾಚಸ್ ಆಗಿ ವಾಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಫಿಲ್ಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಟ್. Another one method is a halogen methods. The sodium hexametaphosphate, commercially called as a halogens or halogens, when it is added to a hard water, so it will converted into their complex ions. From that we can easily separate the chloride or sulfate content in a hard water. Or ion exchange resin ಮೆಥಡಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ರಿಮೂವಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದ hardness of that particular water. So we can purify that water. Next one, soft water. Water which readily forms a lather with the soap is called as a soft water. ಸೋಪ್ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಲ್ಯಾದರ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ rain water, distilled water. So these are soft water. Next form is hydrogen peroxides, H2O2. So preparation from barium peroxide, BaO2.8H2O. Upon reacted with the H2SO4, it will produce barium sulfate plus H2O plus water molecule, or by electrolysis of 50% of H2SO4. Electrolysis of a cold 50% solution of H2SO4 at high covalent density in an electrolytic cell using anode and a cathode reactions. This H2SO4 upon hydrolysis it will produces H plus and HSO4 minus. At a cathode side, this H plus upon reacted with 2 electron it will produces H2 gas. At the anode side, HSO4 will converted into peroxo disulfuric acid and a 2 electron. Peroxo disulfuric acid formed around anode is withdrawn and distilled with the water under reduced pressure. So it will produces peroxomonodisulfuric acid. That peroxomonodisulfuric acid upon reacted with the water you will get the H2O2. This hydrogen peroxide is stored in a wax lined flow or a plastic vessel in a dark because it decomposes slowly on exposed to light. 2H2O2 in presence of a light it is decomposed to form H2O and O2. So because of that reason it is stored in a dark vessel. Next, uses of H2O2. It is used as a mild disinfectant and it is used as a marketed as a ferrhydrol. It is an antiseptic one and it is used in the manufacture of high quality detergent. The structure of H2O2 is HOOH. This one is the structure of H2O2. Next is heavy water. Deuterated water is nothing but a heavy water. This can be prepared by treating calcium carbide with D2O. It will produces C2D2 plus CaOD twice or SO3 upon reacted with D2O it will produce a D2SO4 or Al4C3 upon reacted with heavy water it will produce a CD4AlOD3. So these are the preparation of other deuterated compound. The heavy water is nothing but a deuterated water. Uses of D2O. It is used as a moderant in a nuclear reactor and it is used in the exchange reaction study of reaction mechanisms. Hydrogen as a fuel. Hydrogen economy. The basic principle of hydrogen economy is the transportation and storage of energy in the form of liquid or a gaseous dihydrogen. The advantage is that the energy is transmitted in the form of dihydrogen and not as an electric power. So the advantages of this fuel is it is used as a fuel cell for the generation of electric power. So electric power ಅಲ್ಲಿ fuel cell ಆಗಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. Hydrogen economy is an alternative part of this fuel. So nowadays it is also used as a fuel cell for the generation of electric power. It is expected that economically viable and safe sources of dihydrogen will be identified in the years to come for its use as a common source of energy. So this completes hydrogen.